What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Off the Cliff Show, brought to you by 14th and Market Podcast Network. Sixers with a big win over the Heat last night. I did a poll on Twitter asking if I should do weekly episodes or post-game episodes. I will let you guys know the results there. Tyrese Maxey, big game. Kyle Lowry, Batum, big game. So we're going to get into all of that. Before we do that, I need everybody to stop what you're doing. If you're listening, if you're watching, doesn't matter if you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, I need you to stop right now and click the subscribe button. It supports me. It helps me a lot. Y'all been going crazy on YouTube. Y'all been going crazy on Apple Podcasts. I was looking at the analytics. We got 1.3K viewers just from last week. On YouTube for just overall engagement, as well as Instagram doing numbers. Make sure y'all go follow. But right now, I don't want y'all to do anything on Instagram. None of that. I need y'all to subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening, YouTube, whatever. But without further ado, here's the intro. So, big win from the Sixers last night, a win that they definitely needed because they're trying to stay out of the play-in contention before Joel Embiid gets back. He also got a positive update. They said that he has returned to practice, and they're hoping to get him back second week of April before the season ends. Y'all know my thoughts on that. So we'll go back to, but other than that, like I'm saying, we'll go back to last night. Sixers versus Heat. Sixers win 98-91. Really good game from everyone. I want to start off with Tyrese Maxey. When he gets on his heaters like he did in the first quarter, I think he had 18 in the first quarter. I definitely have to check. I do not know what he had in the first quarter. And I don't even think that, and I'm not looking it up. I don't care. But I think he had like 18 or something in the first quarter. When he gets on his heaters where you can't do anything, like he's hitting a step back, he's getting to the rim at will, he's using his floater to like use that little in-between game, there's really nothing you can do to stop him. When he gets on that, it's so fun to watch, and it's like everybody else feeds off of that. So like he's playing at a pace where it's just so fun, where it's just up and down, and it's like so hard to stay in front of him because he's so fast, and then he's using his gravity, or I don't want to, so he's using his gravity. He's kicking out like players like Kelly Oubre. Players are cutting. Mo Bamba is playing really well on defense. Paul Reed, rim protect. Like it's just so fun to watch because everything is pretty much flowing off of him, and you can see that he's really starting to embrace the number one role and kind of figuring it out. His last three games, he had 1 second. I should have had this right on. Yeah, but Maxey's last three games, 34-4, 33-4, 38-10 last night. So he's, like I said, he's embracing the number one role. I think in these last three games, he has taken 20 or more shots. In the was that the Bucks game? I think he only took 14 shots, which was uncharacteristic. And I know Nick Nurse has said he wants to see Maxey at about 25 to 30 shots per game, which is pretty much what he should be at without Joel Embiid, because you don't have consistent offense and you need somebody to step up. He is that guy. He needs to embrace the number one role. This team without Joel right now will go as far as Tyrese Maxey takes them. So big game from him last night. He ended with, I have to switch back here. All right, so yeah, like I said, he ended with 38-10, shot 11-24 from the field, played really good defense, shot 3 for 10 from the three-point line. But what the Heat did is they kind of slowed him down by going zone because they're just a coward franchise. So really good game from Tyrese Maxey last night. What I wanted to talk about is like him getting, like I said, him getting slowed down by the zone, because what the Heat did was they implemented the zone and then shaded everything to wherever Tyrese Maxey was, because what teams are now trying to do is either, I've talked about it before, either blitz him or get the ball out of his hands as quickly as possible. So when the Heat went zone, they pretty much shaded everything to Maxey's side, and you can tell he couldn't really get his shots off. They were just like, it was like a false double team they were sending at him. There was a couple times you could tell he was getting frustrated because he wasn't able to get to his spots or get like the type of shots he wanted. He would even try to like split the zone, then the Heat would just collapse, and you could just tell he was getting frustrated. It was leading to like uncharacteristic turnovers, forced shots, which I'm not really mad at. This is what he has to go through to kind of figure it out, because at some point in his career, we just have to face the facts. He's not going to have Joel. So it's going to be on him as the next franchise player or the next player up to figure out defenses, because this is how defenses are going to guard you depending on what type of roster the Sixers put around you. So he's doing really well with just like figuring it out. Last night, what I really like from him is when they did go zone later into the game, where his scoring kind of slowed down. He used his gravity a lot to get other players shots. There was one point in the game where he caught the ball on, I think, the wing, and he like fake drived and then backed it out really fast and then swung it to Kyle Lowry on the elbow. Was it the elbow or the wing? I might be tripping. No. I'm so sorry. He was at the top of the key and he tried to fake drive and he backed it out really fast, swung to Kyle Lowry on the wing. Kyle Lowry, being the veteran that he is, wide open three. Smack. So yeah, that was a really good job of Maxey using his gravity. Like I said, 10 assists last night. He noticed that the Heat changed their defense up and everything was forced to him, and they were like, all right, well, other people are going to have to beat us, and they did. And Maxey used that, and like I said, it resulted in 10 assists for him last night. So really good game. Nice to watch him grow. He's also getting to the point where earlier in the season, all defenses wanted to do was they would either guard his step back or they would just collapse the paint, because those were the only two things that he was doing. He kind of got away from his floater a little bit in that little in-between game. So they would take away the three, and if he drove, they would just collapse the paint, because he would drive like too deep into the paint. And he's such a good finisher. He wouldn't try to grift or like get a foul call. He would really just try to finish every play. And I think that's a little bit why refs don't give him the calls that we expect. But now you can see him kind of growing and maturing into pulling, like he's starting to pull up into getting a little mid-range game, because he notices that the way defenses are playing, he's not always going to be able to get to the rim at will and finish all these crazy layups at a consistent rate. So he's starting to implement a little pull-up game. He hit a couple pull-ups in the clutch last night, which is really good to see. Just showing growth in a way that we saw Joel grow, because early in Joel's career, he was, all finesse. He was trying to do a lot of dream shades, Hakeem stuff. Sometimes he would use power, but now he's really implementing his game a little mid range. He's shooting threes less, unless he's wide open. He's implementing his power where it needs to be. He's starting to grab more rebounds, but it's just a growth that you like to see from your star players. Like, they're understanding the way defenses are guarding them, and they're using that to their advantage. Okay, well, if you're going to do this, I'm going to be able to counter with this. If you do this, I have another counter for that. And it's a little bit of how Kyrie operates, where obviously one of the probably the most skilled player ever, but he has a counter for everything. There's no way you can truly guard him unless you get the ball out of his hands. And then once you get the ball out of his hands, other teammate, his gravity is so large, other teammates are able to eat off of what he's able to do. So, like I said, really good game from Tyrese Maxey last night, showing that he's able to be that facilitator and control a lot of things on offense. Wanted to also give huge shout outs to Kyle Lowry and Nick Batum. Their stats might not show it. Well, Kyle Lowry, 16 points last night, so his stats kind of do show up, but Nick Batum with only 2 points, 8 rebounds. There was a sequence last night where Batum, it's off of a turnover. All right. So it's off of a turnover. You would think, all right, well, the Sixers aren't going to get back. Batum hustles back. Terry Rozier tries the Euro step, get a layup. Batum blocks it. Maxey gets the rebound, throws a full court bounce pass to Kyle Lowry under the basket. Kyle Lowry goes up, gets a foul call, and one. And then Nick Batum is just screaming at half court, like clapping his hands, because it was just a great defensive play. But plays like that are why you get players like Nico Batum, who won't give up on plays, who's using his veteran savvy to kind of calm the team down in the midst of playing. Because a lot of times you would see, like, once the Sixers get a turnover like that, it's an easy run out bucket. Like, Batum might not even, not Batum, but players might not even contest the layup. Terry Rozier gets an easy layup, and then momentum swings that easily. So it's a really good game from Batum last night. He had a lot of clutch rebounds, and he and Kyle Lowry do like the really little small things that you might not notice to help on defense or offense or to win them games. There was one point as well where the Heat went on a little run, and I think Duncan Robinson got a pop out. And the way Batum closed out was he closed out with his hand fully up, because you see a lot of teams, like, when they're on the run, they try to go for like the kill shot or like the dagger to say, all right, well, we're taking the momentum completely. So it will be like Duncan Robinson catching it and immediately shooting it without with disregard of who's in front of him. So Batum closes out with his hand up. He has a really long wingspan in order to stop Duncan Robinson from the quick three, and it allows Nick Batum to close out really hard and then able to get up in his chest and he forced Duncan Robinson to dribble the ball past it. So little things like that is what I noticed from Batum. Like a lot of the young players don't do it, and it's just like details like that is what helps the Sixers win games, and just thought processing and saying, okay, well, I definitely don't want him to get a shot up right now because it'll swing the momentum completely in their favor. So I'm going to close out like, harder and use my length to kind of force him off the 3-point line. Kyle Lowry, again, being a veteran, just making veteran plays. He had how many rebounds? 4 rebounds last night, but every rebound was clutch. He was getting in the lane. He has really good hands to where he's deflecting a lot of balls. He's able to just be there on defense in a way that other players aren't or don't have like the processing speed to understand what's going on. Also, him being able to take a lot of pressure off of Maxey. So when the Heat went zone last night, he was able to take pressure off Maxey, just being a ball handler, being able to facilitate, understand what was going on. And when you see Maxey getting frustrated, he's able to give Kyle Lowry the ball, and Kyle Lowry can kind of facilitate and set up the Sixers, get the Sixers in their sets, so Maxey doesn't crash out and get mad because he can't get his shots off because the Heat are in this cowardly zone. So really like that from Kyle Lowry. He's been a great addition. I know I hated it when they gave up Pat Bev and the Morey wanted to sign Kyle Lowry off the buyout market. I hated it. I didn't think he had any more left, but he has been a great addition. I'm pretty sure he's in the locker room talking to Maxey about how to attack defenses, what to do on offense, how to get to his spots easier. It's been really great. He's been better than Pat Bev, better basketball player, better defender. Smart defender, heady defender, not really athletic anymore, but he moves his feet well, gets his hands in the lane, and is also kind of like a pickpocket when players drive. So really, really good games from Lowry and Batum. Paul Reed has been amazing coming off the bench. Like again, he's another player where his stats won't show everything. 7 rebounds last night, playing 21 minutes, but him coming off the bench for Mo Bamba has kind of like, I guess, reinvigorated Paul to like make smarter decisions. I talked about it last game, but Mo Bamba played well last night too on the defensive end. But Paul Reed has been there defensively as a rim protector, which I have been shocked. He's been there offensively, making smart decisions, when to set screens, when to shoot the ball, when to go for his little finesse layups that we're used to. So he was really good last night as well. So I don't, it's just a good team win last night, man. Campaign came in, hit a 3. Buddy Hield, 12 points, but he kind of contributed to a Heat run because like he hit a 3. So talking about Buddy Hield, he's just like a streaky shooter, and you cannot evaluate anything he or like kind of anybody on this team really does consistently until Joel gets back because they're so centered around Joel. So he hit a 3 last night, and it kind of like kept the Heat at arm's length. And then like they got a rebound or a steal, and he decided he got the steal. He decided he wanted to pull up on a fast break for a 3, almost air balls, or he did air ball. I think like they got a rebound. He shot it again. He missed. Then they came down the very next possession. He got an open 3 and air ball. And it's like, bro, what's good? What are you doing right now, bro? Relax. And it's just like, I don't like the honeymoon period is over with him. I just think he is I think he's just a really good, he's a really streaky shooter. He'll be really good when Joel gets back because he'll have so much space and like less time to think. But it's like, bro, figure it out. Like the Buddy Hield that the Sixers got that first week after the trade is gone. I don't know. He's not playmaking anymore, and it's probably because like they have Lowry, Campaign, Maxey who are controlling the ball more, but he's not driving as more. He's not driving as more. He had a tough layup last night. Like again, kept the Heat at arm's length, but like it's like he made a shot. He saw the ball with the and was like, "All right, I'm hot, baby. Let's get it." And it's like, bro, relax. Like you have to understand game time, shot selection, like what's going on. So really weird game from Buddy. He's had a really weird couple of games. Like he's not playing bad, but he's not playing good either. He's just like there. So, but and it's like he's making clutch shots, and he's also shooting dumb shots. So I don't know. But yeah, man, it's not really much like negative to say about this game. Like they're just not good without Joel. They're never gonna be good without Joel. But like they need to stay afloat, to get out, try to get out of the play in, and well, stay out of the play in as much as they can, and just hope for Embiid to get back sooner than later. They are 30-30 and currently the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference standings, 2 games behind Orlando for the fifth seed, and a game ahead of the Pacers, for the seventh seed and a spot in the play-in. So, really, like I said, really good game. The Heat are cowards for playing zone because they notice they can't guard anybody. They're not a real NBA franchise. Like you have Duncan Robinson out there trying to guard Tyrese Maxey. And there was a couple times where like he was really getting frustrated, like he could not guard him. So the only way they were able to slow down the Sixers was because of zone, realizing, oh my God, we can't guard them because the Sixers were getting anything they wanted. They're like, oh my God, we have to go zone like a high school basketball team because we actually suck and we can't do anything on offense and we can't guard them. So, like, just be men. If you're getting fried, get fried. It's just what it is because y'all know if Joel was there, the zone wouldn't have mattered anyway because he would have cooked y'all in the zone too. So just get out of it. Be men. They went to like a full court trap, was like messed up the Sixers. But again, like high school stuff. Like, get out of here with that, bro. Like, take your ass whipping. Anyway, one more thing. Okay, so at no point last night did I think, okay, the Sixers will be better with Tobias Harris here. Until I know I was just bashing his zone. Like it was there was moments when the Heat went zone where I'm like, all right, where Nick Batum will get it in the middle of the zone, and it's like he wouldn't turn around and look at the basketball because he was open, a lot of times in the middle of the zone. And he just wouldn't like turn around. And I don't know if he has like that midi in his bag, but I was like, all right, well, they could probably use Tobias a little bit here, but I don't trust Tobias to hit that consistently anymore. So to me, I'm like, all right, well, they don't need him, and they still won the game. So that's the only time I thought about Tobias, but he needs to continue to sit. They just look better without him. The offense is free flowing. Everybody's able to cut. Everybody knows what their role is. They're not wasting possessions trying to get Tobias the ball, in an ISO situation to where he's just taking up 12 seconds of the shot clock because he can't think fast enough to make a decision. Everybody else on the floor, with Tobias going to everybody else, the processing, you could just see it's clicking. It's dribble to score, dribble to pass, figure something out. I'm going to set this screen. I'm going to cut. Everybody knows what their role is. They're reading off each other. They're playing off each other. And then with Tobias out there, it looks completely different because it looks so stagnant. But like I said, I'm not bashing about. I am evaluating what I'm saying. I'm not bashing him anymore. I'm just gonna talk about what was in the game. All right. But yeah, man, really good win last night. I did a poll. You guys said you wanted to see more weekly episodes, so I will do more weekly episodes for you guys. Instead of like post game because it's really redundant. Like, okay, they suck without Joel. Maxey's good. Role players. Like it's literally what it is. So yeah, I will do that. I just got to figure out what day or like really good wins like last night. I will of course talk about them. Yeah, so in hopes of Joel Embiid coming back with when is oh my god. Anyway, so when is April is in first week of April. That is 2 weeks, y'all. So 2 weeks. They are expecting Joel to be back. Like I said, he came back to practice since I think his first day was since the day he went out was January 30th. Oh my god, I feel like it really feels like he's been out all season. Like last time we felt happiness was his 70-point game, bro. But yeah, again, I'm going to continue to say it. Really good win last night. Sixers were up big. Heat went zone, shut them down a little bit. They even made a run to come back. They got the game. They actually tied the game. I think they got a lead. Sixers being real heady. Kyle Lowry, big three, big floater. Really showed that he knows, just him being a veteran, him and Batum just calming the team down when stuff hits the fan and just having him out there just to help a lot, to help Maxey and just figure the defense out. It just helps a ton. So Morey, congrats, you win that one. Yeah, I will be back. The Sixers play the Suns on Wednesday. Should be a really good game, depending on who plays. The Suns are like really iffy right now. Let me check the Western Conference standings. I feel like I was talking fast. Y'all think I was talking fast? Oh, the Suns are eighth. They the eighth seed. So the Suns are in the play. That play, the West playing is gonna be insane. Yeah, so Suns are in the play-in, so really big game, huge game. The Sixers have a gauntlet. I feel like I've been saying that a lot. They have a really tough schedule coming up. I think they play the Suns. Let me see. They play the Suns. Let me see. Are they Sun? Oh, okay. So Suns, Lakers, Clippers, Kings, Clippers, Cavs. That is their next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's their next 6 games. Then they get a little break versus the Raptors, and they got to play Thunder, Heat, and then it goes Grizzlies, Spurs, Pistons, Magic. So yeah, hopefully they will have Joel back by, I want to say I feel like he'll be back April 6th for that Grizzlies game. He's going to come back versus a bad team, either April 6th or April 4th. I don't know when. Oh, the season's over April 14th, so he has to. Oh, all right. Well, he has to come back a week before that. So yeah, hopefully they stay out of the play-in. Joel comes back. They play well. I've talked about it a lot. If they are out of the play-in, I do want him to come back. I think he'll be able to get in rhythm fast enough. They'll be able to play the Cavs, who are frauds. Let me just double check, make sure the Cavs are still the 3 seed in the East. Yep, Cavs still 3 seed. They're going to get that. So the Cavs are frauds. They'll beat the Cavs going to the second round. Probably play Milwaukee or Boston. I think that's how that works. I got to look at the bracket, but yeah. So hopefully Joel comes back. It's really exciting. If they can get they have to get like 2 wins out of this stretch of 6, because they're really good teams, and I would like to see them get these wins just to give me some hope, and like 2 to 3 wins would, I think, keeps them in the 6th seed a little bit. So really excited for Joel to come back. Hopefully he is still in MVP form. I do think they can make a magical run if they're out of the play-in. The play-in, I just think it's really tough, because then out of that you have to play Boston or Milwaukee, and that's going to be tough with Joel just coming back. But yeah, Off the Cliff Show. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that. I will be back probably after the Suns game. I'll try to do like 2 episodes a week, figuring out how the flow is going, getting more content out for you guys. Yeah, man. All that.